A pleasant day, everyone. I am Marian A. Bensao from G01 AM Apostle Peter. French, academic language, common language, colloquial language, Mongolian, Russian, Elfish, Java, vernacular, bud language, sign language, body language, animal language. Just what is language? I don't intend to overburden you with linguistic jargon or even phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, or pragmatics in this video. Instead, I want to stimulate someone's curiosity in language. I want you to be intrigued by language in some way. The words we use, whether they be in English, French, German, Mandarin, Polish, or any of the other 7,000 or so variations of what we name language. Similar to how I currently speak English. It's interesting to realize, or a fun fact, Visaya, also known as Visayan, is a language, not a dialect. Yup, you heard it right. I feel most comfortable speaking in my mother tongue, Bisaya. Kay kung sa Binisaya pa, mas dali na ako magawas ang akong gibati. The fundamental quality of a language is the ability of its user to comprehend and understand what is being said, as well as to know what they are reading and what I am saying. But is that it? Body language. Hello, guys! When we speak, how we move our arms, legs, and faces reveals a lot about what we truly want to communicate. Language is a movement. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. A little frightened now. I'm sorry. See, the way I said I miss you caused you to rethink what you believe I was saying. Hence, language encompasses both what we say and how we say it. Would be that communication then? A thin line. Language is thus a form of communication. To communicate, we use language. The very nature of language is what distinguishes humans from other animals. But is it? Isn't communication between animals possible? A bark, a growl, a hiss, or a purr. These brief sound details might occasionally reveal one's emotional state. And it is not just the sound what we make with our mouths. Sign language, and that is readable by Mary Ann. As there are almost 200 sign languages around the globe, they shall be properly mentioned. Also, Braille, even if you can't read ink, you can still read and touch text with your fingers. That is language. That is communicating. Why does it matter though? Why is language necessary? Why is communication necessary? We naturally communicate to get and transfer goods. Also, in order to improve communication and self-expression, we have developed language, which consists of systems of words, sounds, motions, and alphabets. The ability to express our discoveries and our art through language makes us far wiser, more imaginative, and more empathetic creatures. What then is language? Well, everything. Language is everything. And that is language. Now, let's go to linguistics. I know I previously stated that we would not discuss phonology and other related topics when discussing language, but I still want to give a very brief review of those terms because I believe the following terms have already been covered in our introduction to linguistics class. So phonology, pronunciation systems, morphology is building words, syntax is building sentences, semantics, meaning, lexis, word choice, pragmatics, use in context. Foreign languages came to mind when you think of linguistics, but linguistics is actually the study of human language with a capital L, meaning the cognitive bases in our brains that enable us to communicate and how we do so with one another. It is not about using the right syntax or grammar. To study these things, we could just look at one language, and this is why linguistics is a descriptive field. We observe and discuss linguistic phenomena as they are, not how they should be. Some of the big questions that linguistics tries to answer are: how does the brain put together sentences? How are we able to learn new languages? Where are our languages came from? And why individuals' languages change? There are scientific methods and models developed by linguists all the time to measure different variables. Sometimes we even need to use math. You have models like phrase structures trees developed by Noam Chomsky, which showed us that we have a unifying theory of phrase structure. Linguists do study foreign languages, but the goal isn't to be able to speak them. Rather, it's like breaking them apart and figuring out how they work. All in all, linguistics is a very broad field that at its most fundamental level examines the structure of language in the brain and how people use it. Since humans pick up language so easily and quickly, even as infants or toddlers, we already possess that underlying mental language structure without ever having been taught or explicitly taught. So, these linguistic processes which enables us to communicate with one another and create new sentences are also complicated. And that is all, everyone. Hoping you have learned something about language and linguistics. Once again, I am Marian A. Sao. Thank you and have a blessed day ahead, everyone.